like 20 grand. It took them 6 weeks to get all the parts because they were not available.
Ooh. My buddy's still waiting on his F-150. He got in an accident with a deer in December, and it's still not done. It's still in the body shop.
Everything is crazy right now.
Welcome back, everybody. Let me get my pop outs, get everything set up.
I'm still waiting on the 5 liter that was consuming oil from 2.5 months ago. I still don't have it.
Did you look into the gaseous prep package engine?
No, I didn't. I just told them to order it. They said that I would have it at the beginning of May, and obviously that didn't happen.
I would look into that gaseous prep engine because they're available.
What are you doing?
Yeah, I got everything set up. We good. What up? Man, look who shaved. What? Brian, what up? What up? Ian, what up? What up? Roger. Howdy. Yeah. Got some questions. Look who joined us. Look at Midorado. Ohana. Family. He's a family dog. I like him. We're rocking with Wheat Thins. We got Bubbly. We have Bubbly. We have some EDT. We're going to be sipping on that all night, as well as you should. And we're going to be talking about one, possibly more, of the things that you do not like about your Super Duty and what you could improve. But this is something I want to talk about too. This is for you 11 through 16 guys. That is the camera harness for the tailgate. Big problems, unfortunately, with that. I personally think that we got some shielding issues and it's grounding out and corrupting that video signal. But why is it so hot? Brian, kites and fun things. Yay. I was just thinking about you the other day, actually, too, bro. We'll have to catch up. I need to see your ma. I like the clean Ford boss man. Yep.
Taking mole.
Male.
Like a mole rat.
One of the other things I want to talk about, kind of a fun one. Actually, I'm going to contribute this one to my wife. I'm going to be making a video of this, but we can, just a small group of us are going to be, hearing about it now. But how can you tell the difference if you could blindfold yourself, or that's for visual, but if you saw a 7.3, whatever year 6.0, 6.4, whatever year 6.7, I'm talking lights, trim, tailpipes, sound, smell. You guys know what I'm talking about. What are some of the things that tell all those things apart? I think it's kind of interesting to see how keen you guys are on your acoustics of the Ford Power Stroke. I hear them. I can smell them right now. I've gone accustomed to it. And it's important to know those smells because what comes out those tailpipe is basically telling you what your engine's doing. You know what white smoke's going to be. You know what blue smoke's going to be. You know if that white smoke, if it dissipates really quick or if it's lingering. What are we doing? You pay attention to that. Ford Boss knows what I'm talking about. Sometimes we can't use the computer and we know what it's supposed to do, and sometimes we got to rely on our gut. And yeah. So look at these comments real quick. Oil changes 5K or how many hours? 2020 F250, 5K or 200 hours is that what the equals out to. Just popping in the answer to the topic. Adaptive cruise sucks. Power folding mirror never worked right. Downshifts are garbage. Kill switch works great though.
That's all that matters.
Excellent. So starting off with the stuff that you guys don't like, I'm gonna keep this to the 6.7. Now, we have 2011, which we thought was tits, king and man. Okay, and now we got the Illuma duties. 2017 comes around, we got new front end, new back end. We got Two Dog Garage coming through, brother. Thank you. Just got the Think Scan. Just did a buzz test on the 95.7.3. Haven't hooked it up to the 17.6.7 yet, but will come in handy for sure, brother. I'm glad you got it. That's awesome. Thank you, ThinkScan, for sending that out. We appreciate that. Awesome. And I was just talking to another gentleman today about it before he pulled the trigger on it. Roger, up in the comments, he wants to get the same thing. Rich, Ford Boss Me really is credited to that. He turned me on to that from his association with that company, and trickled down to me and to my subscribers. And it's just such a great tool to use, especially for regens, being able to get yourself out of D-rate on the road. It's a big.
Just think about it this way too, Aaron. Every single dealer tech that is doing dealer work on trade-in vehicles needs to have a Think Car, Think Diag. Do you know you have labor ops for every single thing that you have to do to a vehicle? If you have to pull a door code, it's a half hour. Sometimes it could be a nightmare. Sometimes it's 10 minutes. Sometimes it could be 20 minutes of trying to get in there, dropping out, reconnecting and stuff like that. I take the Think Diag, I plug it in, I walk back to my box, I hit identify the vehicle. 5 minutes later, I've got a door code sitting right on a piece of paper, and I'm getting paid a half hour to do it because we have shop minimums, right? And that includes what we charge our dealership or sales department as well. Every tech out there, you can watch power balance, you can look at data logger stuff, you can do basic programming and changing things, you can bidirectional control your timing and stuff to see. Let me go ahead and advance my phasers on this, see if my sound goes away. Let me go ahead and take it away and see if my sound goes away. There's
even
a lot
your
of
big
stuff
one
you can do
with the intake manifold runner, and you have to commanding that on and off. Like, who's going to replace your engine for this knocking noise when it's your intake manifold runner controls? Boom.
And you use this cheap, really good tool with just a basic app on your phone to diagnose that. And somebody could have charged you $8,000 to $10,000 to put an engine in, but instead, this simple dongle and phone app just saved you all that money, and you're putting a $600 manifold on it instead.
Yeah. That's it. It's a awesome thing, and can take away a lot of headache when you do get those emission lights, which can be something that can annoy, death wobble. A lot of guys obviously complain about that. I love our 7.3, but the cab noise is loud. Yep. I've heard a lot of guys complain about shocks. And G-Man up here, let's talk about shocks. 2020, 36K, FX4, and it already feels like they're bottoming out. Have Bilstein in the wings, though. 5100s or something? 5250s? I don't know. I heard some guys talking about a specific, I think 5100s, I think. I'd be curious to see how those try out, because you saw the video on that Tremor. I mean, completely juiced all the way on that driver's side one. Right side wasn't as bad, but was still leaking. I mean, that leaves me, it's like, should I, piece of cake to change, no big deal. You know, should I change mine? It's still under warranty. Do we really need to? Are you guys noticing a way better ride? I've never changed shocks to another brand other than OE. And it's been on a customer's vehicle. You know, and I haven't driven again after that, so I don't have anything really to compare that really to. Roger says he's bought it. Good. Oh, I see Vince. What's up, Grandpa? Let's see. IMRC noise. Yep, for sure. What's up with my rear interior dome light not shutting off? I don't know.
Average Ford tech, in all honesty, I feel the interior of my Fords are so cheap feeling compared to the likes of GMC and Chevy. I mean, I don't know what Fords you have, but we just had this discussion recently, and there was a lot of people involved. And a lot of people said Ford's interior and the comfort is by far superior than most of the ones out there. So I don't like the way the interior of the Chevys feel, and the Dodges are too rough to me. I just love the way the Ford Super Duties ride inside, the way they feel inside, the way everything's laid out. It doesn't look all cheap. The quality of the leather and stuff they use is pretty high quality compared to other stuff I've seen. So I'm not sure where you're getting it from.
I love driving mine, but I just drove a customer's 21 F450 today, and them 450s, man. I tell you what, that there should be an option where you could get wide track front end on a regular Super Duty. I mean, it's just you turn, and I'm
Yeah.
turning them wheels about 90 degrees to the right, you know, as I'm turning the shops. It's funny. Yeah, interiors. What does this guy say? My shocks really took a crap on mine. 17, around 60. All right. The only thing I don't like on our 1667 extended frame chassis cab flatbed is that I have to put it on a steep side hill in order to fill the depth. The filler is too low and the tank inlet is too high. Damn. Yep. Nady, bro, where you been? Man, we got to catch up. I was thinking about you like, man, that was a couple weeks ago. I was doing something to the back of a truck and it had one of them headache racks. I was like, oh man. Bilson 5100s, that's what it is. Yep. Upgraded my 2167 with the Fox 2.0 shocks with the reservoirs. Oh, snap. This guy is Raptor in it. Instrument cluster for the dome light was my problem. Front tire. The front tire on my F550 is chopping bad at 30K miles. I want to check that front end out. I want to check them shocks out. One of the things that I don't like is center console. I think we could figure out a different way. So if you have to get in your center console, you're riding with a passenger, I think it's an inconvenience. I'm like, hold on, watch out, man. I got to move my center console. I got to open up. I don't feel that I should have to bother my passenger if I needed to open up my center console. Like, is there I mean, you'd have to have an extended cab for that to work, but could you, hit that same button and just slide it back? So you're not physically having to like lift your arm up out of the swing area of the, that's kind of something that bothers me. It feels like every time I'm riding with somebody, I'm a big chapstick user. So I got my chapstick in my center console. Like, oh, I'll be right. I need my chap. Oh, excuse me. Hold on. Let me get out my, I don't know. It's one of the things that bothers me. Other than hearing everybody else complain about death wobble, I hear people say that they get flash with their brights. People driving. I don't know if it's just how your particular truck is sitting, but I mean, I really don't have that problem. Cold style. Let's see what this guy. He's got a question. Got a 13.350. Annoying sound coming from top fuel filter. Thinking line leak somewhere. Sound like probably got air in it. Could be got some air. I wish the easy entry exit moved when you opened the door with ignition on. It only moves when shutting the truck off. That's a good. I wonder. Dang, that almost seems to me like that could be like a 4scan program parameter or something. I wonder if the what would that be? Seat control module E. I wonder. I've never gone into that to see if it has any configurable parameters to change that. Ian says, I get flashed all the time at night. I flash the highs and they chill usually. I missed a trans dipstick. Oh, how can I forget about that? That's got to be the hugest one. Forget everything else everybody's complaining about. Where's our GD trans dipstick? Man, I got to come up with something. That's just a pain in the butt, which I reached out to the company we had talked to last week. Not last, we talked about briefly. We showed a couple of clips. PPE, Power, they have a 10R140 pan. I actually texted to Hammer Down, and it looks pretty sweet. Daddy Diesel, got you, bro.
Hey,
Yeah.
look, there's the devil himself. Hammer Down's here.
There. Oh, look at that. He just pops right in. 200 to fill it up. Stubby trans dipstick. Yeah, 200 fill ups hurt for sure, definitely. A-Rod thought the 10R140 had the same stubby dipstick the 10R80 had. No, it actually has a fill plug on the side of the trans, on the driver's side of the trans. So it's going to be inboard of the drive shaft. So your working area is quite small. But once you take that big Allen out, there's a certain procedure, and I'm going to be covering it in an upcoming video here shortly. I know a lot of you guys have been asking about it. I've been so busy. But changing and filling the transmission fluid on the 10R140 requires a little more doings than a regular 6R140 that you guys have seen me do the valve body. I showed you how to change the transmission filter and fluid on a previous one. No big deal. But now you're going to have to either have some sort of fluid extractor clean to put that new ULV in, or what I'm going to do is I'm going to save these bags from Amsoil. I was showing you guys before, like why hasn't every other manufacturer kept these? This is great right here. Get the pumper, pull it down, give me some ULV, and then I can, and you're gonna want to obviously get the vehicle up to top rating temperature and then check it again. But yeah, just bring me back a dipstick, man. There's nothing wrong with it. Let's see, what did he say here? Downshifts with the 10 speed. It feels like the trans is trying to do some of the braking. I agree. B, you actually probably should come through. I think since I had your truck last, there's been some software calibrations available, and you probably have the RCM reconfiguration recall on it. So I probably should take care of that anyway. So if you want, maybe we can set something up and we'll make sure we get all those modules updated. The constant soggy carpet from water leaking in from seemingly everywhere. I just spoke to a guy on the email today complaining of the same thing. Rich, you know what he found? That back thing on the wall, event, just like I did. Yep. Just like I did. Unbelievable.
That's Robin Vader said, will the 2011 6.7 oil pan fit the 2019 6.7? It has a gasket.
Well, the what?
That ain't gonna work. The 11 6.7 oil pan fit the 19 6.7 because it has a gasket. I don't think it's gonna
Yeah,
work. Guys
it
have tried
might,
that, and
but I don't
I
know
don't
if
think
I
it's
would
gonna work.
recommend that, man.
I thought Flying Wrenches was doing that.
What
He did a video
convertible?
on it.
Did he say it worked?
He said he did a video on it
I
not too long
literally
ago.
have never done that. I've heard of people putting, the gasketed pans. The video that I have up of doing, a pain in the butt job, which is the upper oil pan. Some people like them, some people don't. I personally don't want to pull the transmission out. If you want to pull the trans out and I can do the upper oil pan, sublet it out to me and I'll do it. I'm not interested in pulling the trans. Bottom line. If
Yeah.
you do it the way that I do it, and I'm talking cleanliness to a T, it's all about the preparation. I could give a shit what you're using. Prepare the surfaces for installation. And I'm saying use the baby wipe. If you're going to ensure you're using brake clean and these white rags and you ain't got nothing, no liquor, not nothing on there, hey, be my guest. Use some alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, clean it all up. I have not had one oil pan that I've done using the TA30, the gray silicone, the stuff that you're supposed to use, come back. I did a video talking about why that silicone, what silicone you're supposed to use, why you're not supposed to use that silicone, and what's actually under that label, that silicone. Oil leaks, 6/7, 95% of them, is the upper oil pan.
Yeah, he used an 11. He's using 11 pans on later trucks.
Is he? Wow. I
And
mean,
he's
the
successful.
oil cooler and everything will mash up.
Very helpful video. My son, thanks, man.
Oh, Brandon Powerstroke just dropped a bomb on me.
Here's his video link.
100% confirmed the exhaust brake button on the 20 doesn't allow torque converter lockup or something. Couple hundred RPMs with the button on. Diesel holding at 569 last week, South Florida.
About the same up here.
What's the normal temp of the diff of a 2020 F350? The client I was with today that I was doing some updates to was literally just saying, how come they don't have a temp gauge? Because he's got the 430 gears, 430 gears, 430 gears. And he wants to know, it'd be important to know his diff temp. Well, that's fair argument. Fair argument.
Gauge on it.
Truck's in the shop right now, 4K for front end rebuild. Dude, okay, this is I'm kind of embarrassed to say it. I don't do front end, all right? I don't do front end. I'm underneath the hood. What good is a good front end if your engine's not running? You ain't going anywhere with your good front end. I'm in the power plant. I'm in the heart, the brain. Okay. Thanks to one of my subscribers, Mr. Ed. He hooked me up with the Snap-on ball joint master kit. Bless his heart. After watching the video that I did, the track bar ball joint, he said, did I just hear PTT didn't have the appropriate tools? I had to borrow my core. I'm like, yeah, I don't. So now I have this sweet ass kit, right? And I get a job and, check engine light, oil change, fuel filters, noise in front end, and some other thing. I can't remember. And I'm like, all right, well, this is it. Both wheel bearings, ball joints. You turn in this thing. I'm like, man, what am I gonna do? I'll tell you what. I have a better appreciation for the front ends of these trucks because my freaking thumbs hurt, man. Like swinging the hammer. I don't know if you guys have ever had to install the vacuum hub seal with that tool. I don't know how you guys do it, but I mean, you
Easy
gotta whack.
peasy.
Man, you know what I'm talking about, dude. I'm hitting this thing,
Get the
bro.
purse out. Come
Bro,
on.
my thumbs were hurting me, man. I'm no joke, but I got it done. I was actually I was able
Did you
to
follow?
learn.
Did you follow the workshop manual and
Yeah,
put the seal on before you put it into the hub,
Oh
into
yeah,
the knuckle?
yeah. Oh
Okay.
yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
makes it way
Yeah.
easier.
Oh
That makes
yeah.
it way easier.
Christ. But yeah, the I just saw here front end repairs. Dude, I just did that. I was proud of myself. First set of ball joints. Had to do drag link, track bar, Luma duty. So the bar was part of the ball joint, or the ball joint was part of the bar.
Easy 8 hours.
So it was what's the one thing that hung me up? I didn't know how hard that I needed to drive the axle shaft out of the knuckle once I got the wheel bearing out. I didn't know. I was able to use that tool, got the wheel bearings out, fuck no problem. And I'm like, okay, trying to get the axle shaft out. And I'm like, oh, once I got it out, I realized like that hub seal is no bullshit. It looks just like a fucking crank seal, man. Like the whole outer edge, like looks just like a crank seal. Well, I'm thinking back, I'm like 6.0, man, 7.67. Before I put a crank seal in, I go over here to the coffee by where the coffee machine is. They got a little wash, da 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 da, your hand soap. Get pump up some hand soap, get it all nice and foamy. I'll coat the outside of that crank seal. I did that to the hub seal. Put that on, put it on the axle shaft, put the axle in, and that made going in way easier. But once I got it out, I was able, not doing it. I knew how hard I had to hit it from behind, because it was if I'm using a seal installer to install this back into the knuckle, guess what? I'm not knowing. Go back from the backside. I'm not going to be just going ding, 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 ding. I mean, I tried going ding, ding, and that didn't work. So I had to use my long air hammer bit to go between the knuckle and the axle shaft. I mean, there's a good enough gap, but it's like you're sitting there, you got to, get that whole thing. I was on to walk it out, but it was a learning experience. It worked good. I was proud of myself. And I mean, I ain't going to have somebody else do my ball joints. Christ.
I did mine 2 years ago on my truck.
Oh my gosh, look at all these guys. Hit it hard from behind, bro. Get out of here. Low sulfur diesel. Air hammer is your friend. Yeah, his front end work is gravy on these trucks. Man, I don't know. That you may be right, but I'd rather work with my brain and not my hands. My hands, dude, were freaking hurting me. My shoulders. All right. Let's see what this guy said. Temp sender. Anybody else seen issues with 21, 250, 350 rears? Might want to talk to this guy down here below. Be like them big booties. There's a plug under the sight glass on the bank's cover. Wonder if you can put a gauge in there for a rear diff sensor. I like your thinking, man. Interesting. Was going to have training fluid changed at dealership 4 hours because of skid plate on FX4. Yeah, no. Is there any way I can tell if there's an update for my transmission available without taking it to the dealer? Don't want to go just for them to tell me it's up to date. Unfortunately, brother, we'd have to have the computer hooked up. But if your truck's never been to the dealer for any repairs, I am gonna almost assure you that you're gonna have some sort of PCM, TCM. You're gonna have the RCM update. I wish you were closer because I'd take care of the truck just like I did to my gentleman that I did here earlier this afternoon. Same type thing.
Vince, tell us how to stop the flow of diesel when changing the lower filter if it keeps flowing out the drain plug. Hold the upper line, go into the fuel filter and let it breathe. It'll stop the siphon effect from the pump.
Mm-hmm. You could do that. I
Isn't
went
it in the
over,
owner's manual?
yeah, well, the line off top of the lower. Some guys are really intimidated with the quick disconnects, and they don't want to bust them, and they don't know which way it's supposed to slide, and you're supposed to squeeze these two fingers, and I don't want to bust it. I made the video today, and me being a flat rate Ford boss, he knows what we're talking about. I'm not interested in letting it drain for 15 minutes.
I ripped the bolts out of it as it's
Done.
done.
Get it over with. Why make
There was
a fuel
there
filter
was another-
change? Go ahead.
There's a power stroke specialist on TikTok, and he works at an independent shop, but he does mainly power strokes in their shop. Everybody has their own niche. And that was one of the things that he even didn't know. And I said, what I do when I have to service the fuel filters in any of them is I go up top, I pop the lines off, I let it breathe, I'll go down low, I'll change my filter out real quick. It doesn't keep siphoning. I put my filter and stuff in, I'll bump back up top, I'll change my filter up there, or in between I'll prime it so it doesn't prime as long. I don't have to keep sitting there priming it over and over and over again. Then I'll get up there, I'll change my filter, and I'm good. But as long as those lines are pulled up upstream, you don't keep siphoning. It can breathe and it'll stop that siphoning effect.
I like that. That's a good idea. I'm gonna try the doing the upper filter. $609 Delaware. $499 North Louisiana.
Vegetable oil is cheaper than diesel here.
Cody and I, we're gonna have some juicy, let's just say we're gonna have some oily videos coming. Colt 45. Well, he's got an awesome question. Colt 45 here says, how often do I need to clean my carburetor on my 1967 Power Stroke? Well, the Power Stroke can come in two variations. So we can have direct injected and we can have carburetor. For you guys that don't know, there's a secret code that you can give your salesman, and it can denote whether or not you're going to have DI or carburetor. And you have to clean it every day. Before you drive it, you have to clean it. It's a pain in the ass. That's why nobody gets it. I wish you luck for being a 2019. You've looks like you got it. Looks like you got it down. This guy says depends if it's a Rochester or Harley. That's funny. I like that. Low power, no codes, new filters. What's good fuel PSI? Put a new turbo on 6 months ago. Been in shop 2 weeks.
How's that after treatment system?
Ain't there.
It fell off going down the road.
Oh, okay. All right.
I run Hot Shots additive fuel at commercial stations, drain the filter, and am ready to install the SNS DPK and aftermarket cold side pipe. I just installed the HSM hot side pipe. Bad boy. Really nice. Hammer down. Damn. Let me go back up to, where was Vanderpool? What was he saying? 499 Wisconsin. Does a rear sway bar, aka camper package, make the ride rougher? I guess I don't know. Any of you guys can vouch for that? I
What
don't
is
have
it?
it on mine. The rear sway bar on the Super Duty, which is
Yeah.
the camper package, does it make the ride rougher? I don't know.
I don't. I think a lot of the guys that are adding and upgrading and ordering the one with the camper package are saying that it actually feels like it helps it, especially at highway speeds, not ride rougher, but it's actually feels like it's more stable. I haven't heard the rougher sentiment. I've heard them say that they like it being there because it actually feels, especially in high winds and stuff, it almost feels like the truck is more stable and rides better.
Now this guy's really mad. He is not paying $1.99 in Florida. Cody, step outside and smack that boy.
Definitely
Oh.
not paying $1.99.
Guess who? Did I get to drive the Roush Mustang, Tom? I did. It drove very well. And he just told me yesterday when I told him his video was live, he just got the Roush X Pipe. So he's like super stoked. He says sounds really good. DeVito has graced us with his presence. No, the rear sway bar controls roll. Rougher ride would be from heavier springs. Okay.
I agree with that.
Yeah. There you go. There you go.
Sounds like Mr. Daniel Johnson needs to find a different dealer.
G-Man, how's the digit? How's the digit?
Yeah, that's what I think too. Daniel Johnson, find a different dealer because we would, if that came to our shop, we would do it no problem. It doesn't, there's nothing about that kit that voids any warranty at all.
Don't
There's
forget,
no-
right on the front of your placard that sits over the radiator is a white sticker and it says modifications. Read that. I'm going to paraphrase it. Don't verbatim. Paraphrasing it. It says modifications to this vehicle pursuant Act 90210 blah 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 blah. If it's deemed that it has caused failure to a mechanical component, it's not going to be covered under manufacturer's warranty. They're telling you right under your hood. As a dealer or boss, CP, we have to prove that this monitoring device that suction cups to the window is not a tuner. It's a monitoring device. We have to prove that that caused your rear window to not roll down. A dealer cannot simply pop your hood and see a filter or a rodent anti-theft, not anti-theft, but a rodent deterrent little device with the blinky lights and the supersonic. Come on, what am I talking about? The sonic sounds to deter. You can't just no, vehicle's up. That warranty's denied. Nope, not happening. What? I think people think that, and it's like the gentleman I did today. He had even said it's like, you know, he had his iDash on and his pedal monster and was like, you know, I didn't know, should I take this off, just unplug it? But he's like, you know what this stuff is. I know exactly what it is. You don't have to take this down. It's not a conspiracy. You know, it's as simple as that. I mean, you keep it 100. You keep it 100 with Ford Boss. You keep it 100 with me. I mean, it's we ain't got no problem.
Zeekster said it best. It's carb compliant.
That's it.
Therefore, it doesn't affect emissions and it can't affect warranty.
Mm-hmm. No problem. Project Amateur, what up? Fuel's $100 a gallon in Florida. Hold on. Fuel is $100 a gallon in Florida and $2.50 in New York and California. Everybody leave Florida and head west and north. Bro, I don't know what What are you
He's
talking
messing
about?
with you. He's messing with you.
I agree with him. Fuel is $100 a gallon here. Everyone needs to leave.
Opinion on DPF back exhausts. Waste of money. Unless you want to look at some sweet little round tip. Ain't gonna do nothing. I would just
I
leave
mean, it's actually going to get, it's going to be worse for you because it's not drawing out air. Am I right? Through the venturi and the
Okay.
exhaust.
Hey, look at Daddy Diesel's comment, but don't say it out loud.
Oh, that's funny. Hey man, leave him alone. He had a rough day.
Yeah, right.
He had a rough day. Oh, that's good shit. I've heard that if you put a snowplow on a Super Duty without the factory prep package, it voids the vehicle warranty. I have heard that too, but I cannot confirm nor deny if that is true.
I got one for you.
Listening.
We had a Super Duty come in, and the diesel tech was in school. And remember, just a couple episodes back, we were talking about the warranty registration on commercial vehicles versus your own personal vehicle. The lady came in and dropped the Super Duty off for their company. The Super Duty was in her name. It was not in the company's name. It did not have a commercial warranty registration. The complete thing was denied across the board. They said, we cannot work with you. Where you are using it for commercial use, commercial business. It's registered as your private vehicle. It was not set up correctly when you bought it. It's not our problem. I'm sorry. There's no warranty right now on this. We can't take care of it. And we were just talking about this, and it all got declined. There was some kind of fuel issue that she was having, and they declined everything.
That's big for ESP.
And that's why
Especially
I try
if
to tell everybody, they will find out. They will find out regardless, because of how stories are written up, what's marked on the side of the vehicle. They ask for pictures, no matter what it is, they're going to find out.
Note to self, don't get vinyl stickers. Get a removable magnet. Take it off before you bring it. Smash, smash, smash. Okay, thanks, Fred. Ever heard of a whine in third and fourth gear? I'm thinking maybe torque converter. 2015, 6.7. Get the whine when pulling a cargo trailer and can use RPMs to play with the volume of the whine. Are you sure it's not the turbo? Just in third and fourth? Or is more louder in third and fourth? Different dealers sold me the one for my 2019. Could it really make a difference for that part? Part number off one, letter E and F. What did he ask? That's a tricky situation. So they sold you the wrong one and now you need to warranty it, but they're not giving you the right one because they gave you the wrong one. Third and fourth goes away instantly in fifth. Oof. All right, well, it definitely trans-related. I don't know if, well, I mean, you'd have some sort of.
No, there was a message for a whine from the transmission for the.
Was it like a separator plate tearing or something? And it was causing, like
I
when you're
don't
taking
know.
two blades of grass, blowing through it, but the pressure would do that between the two slits of the, like,
I know
separator
there was
plate
a
basket?
message for it, but if I want to recall, it was a characteristic. But I don't remember.
Do you guys know Performance Trans LLC on TikTok? That guy's awesome.
Yep.
I like watching his shit. I'd like to ask him a question about my my 4L60 here in my Tahoe. If he does any remote programming, I message him. If you guys know him or talk to him in messages. Tell him to reach
He's on
out to me.
YouTube now as well.
Oh, does he have one?
He just started it up not too long ago.
Oh.
He's trying to build his YouTube platform as well. He's probably the most knowledgeable trans guy I've ever seen talk about
Oh, most
transmissions
definitely.
from all manufacturers. It's Ford, Chevy, Toyota. He's done it all,
Nissan.
man. He builds them all.
Yeah, really impressed with the. I don't like trans, but this he's deep into trans like I'm deep into diesel. I give it to him, and the stuff he's talking about, just wow, deep. I like his setup over there. You can vaguely see, like, hoist, between like the wood in his garage, like he's got it all like framed out around it. Look like he's got a cool little setup in his shop. So going back to some of the things that where did it go? How do you tell these different trucks apart when you're scoping out a truck, right? Not being malicious, but you're just being nosy, peeping out what this guy's got around the block. You pull around the corner, like, oh man, what's this guy got, man? Oh, he got a 21. Oh no, that's a 19. I screwed up. How do you tell these things apart? OBS, you ain't even got to start with that. Look at a 7.3, and you just hear a 7.3. You know that 7.3 smell. I smell it now. You look at the tailpipe. You could have the back end. You can see the back end. It could be a 6.0. Taillights are the same. Still say the same little insignia on the tailgate. 6.0 tailpipe is cut straight, flush. 7.3 got it cut on an angle. But that smell, I smell it going into my sinuses. 7.3, stinky, cold, Michigan, not good injectors. Pungent, burning. I can feel it burning, nasty. 6.0, two types of 6.0s. What do we got? Christopher Tonis. Can I cut heater core behind rips inside engine bay and add heater hose? Upper line and heater core line are bad. Yeah, you can, but you could just get the hose that goes from the heater core right to that line that it connects to on the engine. It's got two quick disconnects, and they should pop right out. No need to cut them and add, unless I'm not
Unless he's
understanding
saying
it.
the heater core is bad.
Can I cut heater core behind ripped inside and add heater hose, upper line of core?
Oh, I guess you're right. It does sound like just the line.
I know. I guess I'm
And it
confused.
depends on what year too, because you can just shuffle it around.
Give me a little bit more info, bud. I want to give you the correct info. So two 6.0s. Okay, here he is right here. 6.0 early and late. That's not getting into the third type of heat. This guy is getting tricky. You got the 03. You have the 03, 04. You have the cast iron high pressure pump, and you have the aluminum pump. You have that Shepherd pump and that Rexrock pump. Those injection systems, you start that. I can't make the sound, but I hear it. It's real. I don't even know the word to describe it.
The old ones are louder.
Yeah, real louder. You get the cast iron pump, 05, 04, 05, 06, 07,
It's when they
8,
changed the
9,
manifolds.
10 Econoline. It was definitely a noise change. Even the smell, you can smell the difference between an 03 6.0 and let's say you had a 05, 06. Two different types of smells. Hands down. Totally different.
You remember that Super Duty I just showed you, Aaron? The dually that we got in on trade?
The white one?
That only got like
Don't touch it. Don't touch it. I don't want anybody to look at it. Did he?
Yeah,
No
he came up to
kidding.
me yesterday and he showed me the receipt $25,000 cash. He just said, I want this truck. I got to have this truck.
No
And he just
kidding.
went up there and just paid cash for it and bought an extended warranty for it because he was like, I know I'm going to have to do head gaskets and that's my gravy work anyway. So I'm going to get paid to work on my own truck.
More power to him.
That was a clean
No,
truck.
he couldn't let that truck go to anybody else with that Tommy gate and stuff and him
Oh,
always
right.
doing motorcycle work and everything else. He had to have it.
Good deal. Good deal. Was it a 4x4 or 4x2?
Yeah, 4x4.
Is it? I couldn't tell. It looked low in the
4x4
picture.
crew cab with a Tommy gate and nothing rusted out anywhere. And the dealership paid him to update everything that he needed to update before he bought the truck. And then he paid cash for the truck.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Do we even talk about 6'4"?
They had their own smell.
Own smell, own type of following. I don't want to follow them. I just got to work on them because I can't say no.
I like the one I brought home over the weekend. It was it didn't feel like it had as much get up and go as the 6.0 did to me, but I enjoyed it. 149,000 miles on it, and the thing ran great. It just ran really, really, really good.
About time for a camshaft.
I remember, so growing up in the business, doing warranty repairs, warranty oil pans, warranty injectors, turbos on 7.3s. Now here comes really what I'm learning on 6.0. Just come 7.3's been out. I'm just getting into the pool. 6.0 comes out brand new. Ain't nobody know nothing about it. Just learning. Finally, 03 goes by, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We got 6.0 under the belt, and then they drop in 08. I'm sorry, in 08, they dropped the 6.4. Finally getting the 6.0, figured out, figure out how to put your hands and your tools and the setup, the combination you're all gonna need. I remember we had a 6.4 dually 350 black one come into the shop. It came down from Dearborn. Somebody was giving presentation on the new truck and what to talk about and the key focal points. And I'm open the hood and I'm like, oh, where am I? I can't even see anything. Can't even put my, and it's like having to learn the 6.4 complete a waste. It was a learning experience, but nobody likes them. Some guys like them. I don't like working. I don't like looking. I don't like hearing them. Then they dropped a huge tsunami of an engine, 6.7 diesel. 10 years later, the motherfucker's still rolling, and a lot of changes, a lot of good changes, a lot of changes with the engine development and the turbo and the injectors. We're still using the CP4. I hope somebody figures out how we can better cope with it. If we could change it out, if somebody's going to come out, I figured it out. We can make a new pump. Hey, let's do it. But for the most part, everything, it's still 6.7. With little things that changed 11 through 16, that stayed the same. Interior dash, we got in 13, we got that big dash radio, boom, flip up thing on top of the dash. Outside stayed the same. Seats, I think those stayed the same. Maybe different kind of wheels, color combos. But then 17 came out, totally refreshed, interior refreshed, different dash. It followed suit with the F-150. So the F-150 was kind of the teaser, just like this F-150 was. So now when we get, the 22s, we're seeing, a lot of F-150 similarities. So, Illuma Duty 17, we have a lot of carryover from 16 because we still have some of the turbo. We have the high pressure pump, the injectors, and Illuma Duty to current, so 22, so 5 years Now we have waiting to be refreshed next year, and we had some headlight changes. But 23, I don't know. Are you guys ready for 23? You guys ready for 23? Ready to see it without the camo on? I'm ready to see it without the camo on. Hey, A-Rod, I just emailed you about a truck fire on I-94. Looks like Illumiduty bid it. You just emailed me? Me? Let's see. Can I screen share that thing?
Another
Hey.
one bites the dust.
Hey, Aaron, saw this truck on Sunday. Oh, and there's a YouTube video. Really? Well, let's just take a little gander here.
I saw a truck in Lake Wales get smoked by a Dodge. Dodge didn't do enough dodging.
Oh, wow. Oh, this is the actual fireman. I'm taking that's the owner's truck. I definitely don't know that guy. I-94 is close. Looking at, we got a stake bed, single rear wheel. Damn, it definitely, oof. I take it you may guys want to watch this. Let me screen share this really quick. Hold on. See if I can figure this out. Save my truck. Hold on. I apologize. You guys probably are like, oh, I want to watch this too. All right, let me do that. Excuse me. Share screen. Let me pick which one. All right, check this out. Skipping ads. All right, let me fast forward here a little bit. Looks like here's the owner. He's like, yeah, I ain't standing next to that thing. You go put my fire out. Go over here. See what it looks like. Get closer to the truck. Go sideways. Oh, hold on, sorry. Oof. Buzz, your girlfriend. Woof. Just a sad sight. Look at that.
Bye-bye Super Duty.
There's the seat frame. Holy hell. Whoa.
That's the magnesium.
Wow, that's crazy. Holy crap, look at that. Let's see what else happens. Oh, just a bunch of gear. It won't let me play sound because I'm hooked up to it, but I think you guys can probably.
Since that thing is unrecognizable, can we just say that wasn't a Ford and move on?
Oof.
Unfortunately, the rear tires say it's a Ford.
That was
God
the first
dang.
giveaway. Yeah.
Look
That
at
was
that
the first
thing.
giveaway.
Oh my God, there's a cack duck right there.
Yeah.
Wow.
We just denied it.
have changed my fuel filters. Oh my gosh, look at that. Just freaking sparks flying. Wow, that's incredible. I've never seen one of those in person. I can only imagine having to have that happen.
There's a lot of new videos popping up on social media across the board with like all the manufacturers. There was a guy yesterday that posted his brand new Toyota 3.5 liter twin turbo setup, broke down on the highway, check engine light on, truck wouldn't run. And then everybody in the comment section underneath it was like, the turbos have already went out on mine and they had to replace it. The coolant lines are leaking. And then there's another guy with like a 21 Dodge and he was broke down in some field with a trailer on the back of it. He said, man, this damn thing's been to the dealer 5 times already and I'm having it towed back again. And it's not a good time right now for anybody.
There you go. You're going to see that pop up on a Facebook ad. This guy's going to try to sell this thing. I know what I have. Don't lowball me. I want 20K. Large. Take it or leave it.
For the aluminum.
Oof. Wanting to sell. Where the heck did this come from? I don't want to look at this. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Or it'll be one of those ads where it's something like, I bought this truck and was going to start putting some money and time into it, but we had a baby and I don't
Lost
have time
interest.
for it anymore. My loss is your gain, $25,000.
Interesting. Well, I think that covered what I want to talk about tonight. I enjoy conversing with you guys every Wednesday. I know a lot of you guys look forward to this. Kind of kick back, whether you're smoking your cigars in your garage, you're kicking back, having a brewski, or eating some wheat thins like I am. I welcome you guys to come back every week, talk about your trucks. Like to keep it positive. Like to make sure you guys get true, concise information to keep your trucks on the road, because we all know, being in the repair business, what downtime means. That means money. And if you ain't on the road, you ain't making money. Make sure to stop by Friday. Friday at 5 o'clock is a turbo blow up. You ain't gonna wanna miss. I'm excited for that because we going deep. Aaron, put a Corvette servo in your 4L60. I don't want it too firm. It's too firm right now. I want to smooth out a little bit. Bam! I don't need it to do that, but I ain't redlining it every time I take off. I told him that. And it's still bam. What did I tell you, man? All right, fellas, I appreciate you. Have a good night, and we'll talk to you tomorrow live. Short. See you.